If she wants to survive in this social circle, she better learn to fall in line.
This season, I'm coming for everything. I want it all.
Skye Squad, we are back in the building, and we have the Jamie Tyler from Love and Marriage DC in the building today. Jamie, how you doing?
Good, Richie. How are you, my brother?
You know, it's been a day.
Yeah.
It's been a day for you
It's
too.
been a year and it just started.
Tell me about it. How are you enjoying season 2 of filming your show?
I would say I'm definitely enjoying the season much more than I enjoyed season 1, obviously. Being retired now, I can just kind of live in the moment and deal with whatever is presented to me in real time and not worry about who's gonna say this or going to work tomorrow and who's gonna be judging me. It feels good, man. I'm actually enjoying it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that because I know last time it was
It was rough.
it was a little rough. I gotta dive right in because one of the things that I've been talking about on this show specifically has been the dynamic of the men on the show. Now, what's been interesting is for you guys, the drama has been a little bit different from what the ladies are experiencing. And I feel like that's where really a lot of the balance comes in, especially between you and Lil Jamie. How what was your thought process as this, especially that where you guys got into it at the beginning of the season? Like, had you guys ever had that type of moment before?
Well, I would say as he started having challenges in his teens, it was getting to the point where I was, you just want to grab him up a few times. I don't remember how old he was, but I know one time he said something happened and we got into it. He like barked like he was a man to me, and I was like, and then I was getting ready. We was getting ready to lock in. He was probably 18 back then. This incident happening in the beginning of episode 1. It was one of those things where we weren't in a bad place at the time until the disappointment with the job. That's when it just went downhill. Like we were actually in a good place, and then coming off season 1, and then once the job situation, he just shut down again. And I think that's why I was so mad. And then here they come. Here come the cameras. What's going on with you and Lil J? I'm like, right now, we're not in the best place. And I was just like, they was like, they're going to follow it. So what you guys saw in episode 1 was raw. Like we hadn't really seen each other until that night. And of course, I'm filming the show, so I can't just, and people with these opinions, why would you bring that up at his party? I'm filming a TV show, first of all. Use some common sense. I can't not talk to my son because I don't want to start nothing for TV. Come on, man. So that was a raw reaction to what transpired days before that event with those text messages. And, I didn't anticipate it. I didn't go there for that, but, he just, I just didn't like his response to, what I was saying.
Do you think that the camera sometimes adds a little bit of extra? This is my opinion from filming. I feel like cameras add a layer of energy that the audience cannot see.
It does.
Do you feel like that too? Like it's hard to describe unless you have been in it, but I don't think people realize that there's this extra crowd of people in a room with you, and and that adds an extra layer of stress to a situation. Can you just give us a little bit? Like, did that impact you at all? Like, do you think?
I think so. Season 1, I was very uncomfortable being me in front of those cameras. It was like where I know I would have really probably said something. I was trying not to, like that season 1, I was really trying not to be like that for TV. Like I was concentrating too much on being perfect, and I want people to talk about me and this and this. Until obviously later in the season, and I was like, it is what it is. That particular scene, yes, it's a lot of stress, but it was such a real moment of I ain't had to think about like what I'm gonna say. I was really mad, didn't care about no cameras, and the reaction he was giving me, he got a real reaction camera. Now I was like, because what y'all don't see, he snatched the mic off. He was like, man, fuck this show. He snatched the mic off. Y'all don't see that. And that's when I was like, this motherfucker. And then I was just like, bye, just leave then. Like at that point, I'm like, he snatched the mic, he's out, go, I'm done with this scene. And then that's when you see them say, go out in the hallway. I was done with it. I wasn't chasing him around. I was done with it. He snatched the mic off. All right, cool. Bye. And then that's when in the hallway, that was way longer than what y'all saw. It was me and the producer going back and forth because she was yelling at me. I'm like, who you yelling at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we got into it. Then it picks up right there where, right at the end of our little back and forth.
Is she yelling at you because she wants you guys to have a resolve or something like that?
It was she was upset because he was upset. And she was saying, like, this is your son. He has your name. I said, I don't care. I said, I'm good. And she was like, you need to talk to your son. I said, who is you talking to? Like, you're his age. Of course you're going to jump on me like I'm the bad guy. You're 32. So, like, and then, you know what I'm saying? Man, her just was going at it. And then I think I pointed at him, like, I said something to her, pointing at him. And that's when he said, man, get your hand out of my face. That's when I lost it. And I said, man, I don't know who the fuck you talking to. So I was talking to her, but I was like, his problem is he need to hear this. And he was like, get your motherfucking hand out of my face. That's when I lost it. I was like, fuck these cameras, stop playing. And then we saw what happened.
Do you think that this could be, I think this is definitely true. Like, I know a lot of us when we grow up, because at the age that I'm at, I feel like I can't talk to my dad a certain type of way because I know what he would do. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's almost like a generational thing. Do you think that like maybe just where we are in the society today has a big part in maybe some of his reactions to you?
Yeah, this generation, I'm like you. I'm a little older than you, but I would never raise my voice to my father in the 80s. Not happening. Yeah. And because this world we live in now, they know the rules, and the rules are different. They know it's cameras, it's phones, it's this, and it's so much you could do. Even in my professional career, is from 96 to this world we're in now, you couldn't just do the same things you did in those years. So I feel like this generation knows that, and he knows barking at me with cameras around is so much I'm gonna do. But that's why I made that statement, like, man, don't let these cameras get you fucked up at the end of the day. Like, stop playing with me. And then that's kind of what I said. But this generation, man, and they just different people, man. And I think us watching ourselves on TV now, I'm accepting it. Before I just I knew what worked for me. I could just get him to see it. Maybe we'll get along and he'll be this great man. But seeing it on TV and then the therapy sessions we went through is like, I'm done. Like, you got to figure this out. And I've said it over the years with his mother. I said, I'm done. I can't keep babysitting this dude. He got to literally fall on his face before he get it. Like, I can't keep doing this. Like, every time there's something going on, I'm running to the rescue. And it was just getting to a point where it was causing problems with me. Her was like, I was just like, he just got hit rock bottom. And that's kind of where I was at when he got in trouble in 21 with what you saw last season. I was like, you got to go. Get out of my house. Because the last thing I'm going to do is have police running their head for shit you doing out there with your grandmother here, Jason in here. Like, we're not doing that. You got to go. And then that's where he moved out. And then the cameras came back in October, so I had to let him back in. So you guys caught right after that, all went down. with him getting in trouble, and then the cameras came season 1. So that's how we got back in the same house.
How has it been watching, or I guess hearing, some of the other cast members' reactions to you and Lil Jamie and where you guys were?
Well, for me, and you know I'm stubborn. For real, if you ain't got an adult kid, if you ain't been to police, you ain't got a kid with disability, you ain't been married 30 years, you can't tell me shit. I got a lot of rare things that's going on in this house, and nobody with a teenage son gonna tell me how to raise a grown man. You could have an opinion about your household as opposed to your upbringing, and if it was me, I would. But when you start comparing those two kids, you lost me, because you don't even have a clue other than what certain people said growing up they experienced. I literally was the police in DC 25 years, and I did it at a high level: narcotics, homicide, robberies, assaults, domestic violence, sex offenders. You know what I'm saying? So I know what those streets gonna do to you. So if you ain't dealt with that, you can't tell me. You can't tell me. I'm not gonna hear it. Yeah.
I guess it's a difficult situation though, because I mean, I guess they gotta also give their opinion, but at the same time, I think what you're saying is true. It's hard. I always feel the same way. I can't listen to somebody unless you are where I want to be, or you done been through it, right? So I feel you on that.
It's easy to tell somebody what you would never do when your child is 14, 15. I would have never thought I would have said my son a bum at 15 either. I can say that. But when they're 26 with no job, no haircut, no shade, no money, no aspiration, no this, no that, and they live under your roof, sometimes the goddamn truth hurt. And in that scene, I made a comment to somebody closer to me, and whatever I was asked, I don't know what I was asked, it made me say that, but yeah, I spoke from the heart, and I'm gonna say it because I love them. I'm gonna tell you the damn truth. You're not living right, Sean. And as his father, I can do that. If we sitting around kicking it, and you ask me how your son doing, I'm like, he fucking up. That's a real answer to my friend. I'm gonna tell you. Just so happen we on TV. So right. Yeah, I said the shit on TV, but it's just funny how people act like they don't sit around their friends off of a TV show and tell it like it is about a family member. How your uncle doing, man? That motherfucker in and out of jail, getting high, man. He can't, you know what I'm saying? That's what people do in real life. Well, I'm just a guy bold enough on TV say my son is being a fucking bum right now. And back in that time frame we were talking about, that's the word that made sense. I saw him. He had no shade, no hair on him. I was like, what is wrong with you, man? And he had no money. He wasn't working. And it was just like I literally gave him money to get a haircut. I said, you look bad, man. I said, here. I called my boss, you free? He said, yeah. I sent him the money. I said, please clean this boy. He looked bad. And he had just, I guess, got that down where he just let himself go over that job stuff. So, nah, man, I love my son. No, I ain't just walking around randomly saying, hey, my son a bum. Like, I'm a direct guy. You see that from on me in real life and on here. It's like I'm not gonna let you be lit for Instagram. I'm gonna tell you, you're not lit. You literally you fucking up.
I'm putting myself in his position, right? And I've definitely been in life at a certain point in time without a job, and when funds were, tight. I mean, I had that experience when I was in LA, and so there's a part of me, as you talk about this, I understand how you can get to that space. What do you think now, looking back on it, and then having gone to therapy, that he needed at that time, or that he may have in turn gotten as you guys have gone through this process?
So looking back at it now, I mean, outside of me, I mean, and mind you, we just bought him a car.
Okay.
He had a job, and I was taking him back and forth to work. So I said, I can't keep doing this. So
Right.
his grandmother bought him a car. We split it. Like literally right before the cameras got here. So he had the job doing security that I talked about on the balcony. And I had him at Shooters doing stuff up there during the week. So he was getting a couple of dollars 2 places. He quit both. And I was like, so our agreement when I bought the car, you need to have a job to pay the insurance and your gas and tickets and all that. And lo and behold, he quit all the shit. So everybody's calling me like, what's going on with Charlotte? He ain't showing up. So I'm like, God damn. So I can't sit here and say, okay, I'm going to give you more money to enable you to just do nothing. So I just was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. You got to figure it out. So when she did say he was sending her those messages about he was down and depressed and this, that, and the third, she tells me. So I'm like, now I done went through all this hell on the internet about he's insensitive to mental health and all that. I'm like, but if you thought he was suicidal, why you ain't do nothing about it?
Right.
You wouldn't even have told me. You would have reacted like you expect me to react. But I'm getting it as like, go talk to your son. He talking crazy. Again. That's what like again. And then when he was beefing with his girlfriend, because shit he was doing got caught, same thing. Sending her the same stuff. And then what she do? Send it to Brittany. Then what Brittany do? Send it to his mother. Then what she did? Tell me. Your son acting crazy again. This is old. This ain't even this recent one. This has been doing this. So naturally, when I'm talking about it in that scene, and I'm like, yeah, he's been doing this for a minute when his world is upside down, his things not going his way. And then this is what we get as a family. I don't want to live. I don't have shit. So the day we came home, he was sitting in the car, moping, no haircut, looking crazy. And she said, talk to him because he sent me this. And I was like, what's going on, man? And he was like, I don't have shit. I don't have no money. I don't have no gas. I said, why you not working? I said, this right here is a job. You can do anything from this phone. You can do Uber Eats. It's a Home Depot right down the street. It's a Lowe's. It's a Giant. It's a Target. Like, come on, man. And me as the dad, I'm just not gonna sit here and say, oh my God, what's wrong, man? Like, I don't know what you like. No, it's not. It's like, come on, man. Like, the man gotta have some stinks. Like the mom could baby him all day long. I just wasn't ready. Like, we don't do excuses. And everybody will say, oh, is this generation different? You gotta, oh yeah, but this is just basic. Like, y'all get a job. Like, this is all I'm saying. And this is why our relationship was so tough, because he had his lifestyle of smoking, but you don't want to get a job. So how are you supporting his lifestyle? And that was our whole beef was, if you like to get high, God bless you. Keep a job. We good. I don't have nothing to do with that. But he was not working, but you can still get high. And that's what we had. So that's why I said it was like convenience to say, oh, I'm depressed. I don't want to live. But you got money to get high. Or you got ways of getting to it. I don't know what y'all doing, these youngins doing, but I know you're not working. And then you ask me to pay a ticket. That don't add up to me. Like
that was a little missing link in the show.
Because they told me to stop saying.
I got you.
I had to say lifestyle.
Now, it honestly, so much of the conversation now makes sense. I got it. Listen, even watching it, I think as a viewer, I get it, because I also have had, experiences with you guys. But adding that layer to it, I can see why now you reacted the way that you reacted. Because I think I would react the same way. Like, no, wait a second, hold on.
And what you don't see is him and Quick interaction in the hallway was way longer than that. This part they showed was not the meat of what should have been shown. It should have been, what is your problem with your dad? And he was like, because I asked him for some money for this ticket. He said, do you have money to get your lifestyle? He was like, yeah. He said, you don't see the problem with that? And he was like, yeah. And then he walked right down the hall to me and said, "It's your delivery." He disagreed with everything you were saying, but it's the way you saying it. And I accepted it in the heart. Said I can agree with that. And he said, because I literally just said the same thing you said. He was like, yeah, he mad because I'm spending money on my lifestyle, but I'm asking him for money for my responsibilities.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They didn't show that though.
They need to show an extended version, like some kind of way, because looking back at it now, it was kind of cut up. You know what I'm saying? And I know they got to do that for, you know, the show.
Was, at least 45 minutes.
Right. That's interesting. That is so interesting.
So they got me like, I'm just mad at whatever the crowd interpreted. No, it was so much more. All this started literally over the ticket because my stance was, if you got money for this, why are you calling me for this?
Jamie.
And that's where they blew up at.
Jamie, I'm gonna say something, and I want you to take it with a grain of salt, right? Because you said it in just a moment ago. But as I had looked back over the season, you do look kind of angry.
No, I was happy. Oh yeah, you know. That's
I'm just saying, and I know. Again, in real life, that's not your demeanor. But if you just look at the show, they get you at your most angry, like your angry moments.
I know they do, don't they? And I think part of that's because I don't have a middle, and I speak on it in confession. I say I don't have a middle. I said it before. I said I'm 0 or I'm 100. I don't have a middle. So if I'm at 0, I'm the funniest guy playing around all day that you probably seen based on my skits. But when I get to 100, it's 10 toes down and it's war. And and that's part of my therapy process I'm in now, with my anger, and I get mad, and when I feel confronted, it's 100, and it's word, and then it's what I say. I don't care what I do, what I type. I don't, and you see it on these responses. Sometimes I'm like, "What you say to me?" And then it's cut your throat, and I fucking cut your throat. So I'm work, but I talk about it in the scenes coming up. I talk about that 25 years of confrontation.
I was gonna ask you that.
Every day. So when I say the second half is gonna be so deep within me and what we talking about actually right now, because I address my anger second half.
I was gonna ask you how much of your 0 to 100 can be attributed to the time that you spent literally fighting crime.
A lot of it. I mean, my personality is a tall, stubborn man, but the anger and when you talking about, I came on at 24, so I was literally, I went right to the hood, out the gate, and it was everyday confrontation, fight, arguing, tussling, chasing people, locking people up, court, nonstop revolving door, and that went on 25 years until I got to the end where I kind of got out the way and did a desk job. But yeah, when you in conflict all day, every day, arguing with attorneys in court all day, then you gotta go to work, and then I did homicide, I did 70 Southeast, I did jump out back in the day, I did undercover. So yeah, that's definitely a part of it. Yeah.
And you said that you're still going to therapy, from what you just said.
Well, we're still filming, and there'll be some scenes of therapy.
Okay. I think for me, that's another aspect that I do like, and I say it a lot when I do my reviews, is that to see just what I am just appreciative of the fact that you guys are so open to the process of filming, because you are open to showing Black men going through their own personal struggles and doing things about it. And that's not something we see a lot on reality TV in general, but or just TV in general. You know what I'm saying? So I have to salute you guys for that, because that's something that no other show is doing.
And I will say, after that balcony scene, Lil Jamie was done. He's like, not doing this shit. I had to talk to him like later, like once we got back where we could actually talk. And I was like, listen to me. I said, you are going to have a village of millions of people cheering for you. I said, you need to consider finishing this out. I said, we just got to work through this shit because you're going to have so many people cheering for you to just get it right. Like, you got so much potential to be great, but you just don't understand. And I said, just listen to me for once. I said, if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. But I would like for you to let's finish and let's work through what we are working through on the camera and let the world see exactly what you just said. Two black father, son, working through what's going on in everybody's house. But we bold enough to show our shit on TV. And now that it's airing, the response is just like I said. I sent Carlos paragraphs in my DM this long from parents. He getting them too. Lil Jamie getting them too. Carlos getting tweeted and messages and commented. I see it. And I told him, I said, we're not no different from nobody else. We just on TV sharing it. I said, but I got homies that like, I didn't even know they going through. They say, man, my son ain't talked in 8 months. What?
Wow.
Yeah, it's like crazy. Like that's like in 20-something years old, he around my age. He said he kept on being disrespectful. I had to put my hands on him. I had to put him out. It's like I hear these stories all day long. And it's, man, I can't even tell you. Like people call me crying. Crazy. Like,
you know what? It's funny, like in a time where like people oftentimes question the how real reality TV is. I think this is one of those instances where I feel fortunate enough to be able to watch something that is actually real, that's happening, and it's impactful to people. I do want to talk about something else, though. I'm trying to think about how to ask this question. Okay, I'm just gonna ask it, I guess. There was a moment in this past week's episode where Ashley mentioned, because I felt like you just were plopped into the scene at Arena's wig launch. Ashley mentioned that you might have that you had something to drink. All right. This is not the first time that it has been brought up. Okay. Did you have some drinks before you popped into that scene?
I can say this. I had a few. You know how these scenes are. They're hours. You see in minutes. So yeah, naturally we there. She had a whole event. We drinking during the event. But when that talk time comes, it's 2 hours later.
Mm.
So to answer your question, no, I wasn't drunk. Yeah, I had a few drinks. I wasn't drunk.
Okay.
Not drunk.
Okay.
I wasn't like at her birthday party. That one was a long scene. So yeah, we were shouting it up, everybody. But I will say this in my defense. I can act like that off water if I want to. If I'm irritated enough, I can be just like that off water. So don't get it twisted. Alcohol makes him act like that. No. If I cross to that 100 off water or Gatorade, yeah, you're gonna get the same as that me. When I do have a drink or two and I get going, I can be the life of the party or I can be aggressive. And I think TV is showing that side of me that when we in these scenes, if I get too many, yeah, you might see the fun me or you might see the aggressive me. You know what I'm saying? We got scenes where I'm funny, everybody laughing off the same amount of drinks, but I'm not irritated, I'm not agitated. So you won't see me confrontational, so to speak. You'll see me just silly and be like, Jamie crazy. He drunk me, he funny. But when I'm agitated, then it's, oh, he drinks too much. Oh, he got a drinking problem. No, it's because I was agitated in that moment. Okay.
Because I had to ask because it was a reference. In my opinion, I was like, no, wait, we didn't see him getting, like, we didn't see you at the bar multiple times. Because my belief is like on reality TV, you got to show and tell, right? So if somebody tells me somebody's been drinking, I need to see it.
Right. Right.
So that's why I asked that question.
And I mean, they showed me periodically through the event. Was I drinking?
I didn't see that.
I'm saying. I think they showed me maybe once.
Yeah.
And then that was it. I was filming the fashion show. So that's what I'm saying. I wasn't drunk. It's easy to say, oh, Jamie's drunk. He's doing too much.
I want to ask you a question. How do y'all come up with y'all reels?
So some of the relation, but
let me say this too, because when I tell you y'all are consistent, I want to know, and I think other people want to know, how do y'all do it? Because that's a lot of content.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, this started in 2020 during the pandemic, and you've been following us for a while, so you kind of know. I probably did during that stretch probably 400 or 500 videos. So when I started making money off them, I really got more into it. And my thought process is, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So I find shit that's working and I remix it and do my personality, or she put hers on it, and they take off. So I talked about really the context of that whole blow up. We made close to 6 figures just off social media last year. I got the paper sitting right here. All these Meta platform 1099s sitting right here. So when people blow up on me like he doing too much over it, you could make a living. I know you know. You're a content.
Listen, I know.
Yeah. I know about you.
Trust and believe.
Yeah. So the thing with Meta or Facebook, they rolled out that Reels monetary program. I got it early. And I saw 35 a month, this many views. I jumped right on it. So I didn't quite hit 35, but I was getting close for every month for a long time. And so I'm passionate about that. And then you got your little TikTok money, and Instagram sending you something here and there. But I got multiple accounts monetized. So I got to keep bouncing around with these reels. So when the crew came, it slowed all that down, because I'm the one who we brainstorm the actual couple skits. We brainstorm off each other, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a good one. Then I got to film it. She got to get her face right, her hair, clothes. We got to get the lighting right. It's a lot. And filming a TV show 40 hours a week, you tired. I'm like, I don't have time. So we both stopped when the show came, and really while we filming there. But I really lost a lot of income from not doing them. So now here we are in the scene, and it was talk about the reels. So I bring them up, and it looks crazy on TV. Like, why would you bring it up? But in actuality, she knows exactly in real life what I'm talking about. Like, it's a lot of money sitting on the table for a 30-second, 20-second video that goes viral. I got one on Facebook right now. I just did, and it said 2 million views in like 3 days.
You guys should teach a class on that. Yeah. I really think that's that could be like another lane. You know what I'm saying? Because
I agree.
People don't realize that.
Yeah.
They really have no clue.
And I swear, I need one millennial, Gen Z, somebody who's savvy with YouTube to just run my YouTube. I don't care what it costs, because everybody's like YouTube. But I have a page, but I'm not into it, and I should be. I understand it, but
yes,
no, I know.
You should.
But see, I don't want to put another thing on her plate or mine right now, because we still filming. But I'm going to get into it. Trust and believe.
I'm gonna just tell you like this while we on the live. Well, not live, but while we're doing this, I would take whatever y'all got now and just put it on their shorts, because they monetize their shorts. So don't even recreate the wheel. Just put what you already doing and put it over there. Easy.
Gotcha.
Easy.
And I kind of like yours is really like, every time I watch it makes me want to watch, because it's so organized. You got the stuff going on, the tickers going around. This special. I see that. I'm a competition guy, so I'm like, if I'm gonna do YouTube, I need to be at this level of doing it, not just sharing all these dumb videos and I don't know who looking at them, nobody comment. Like I feel like it need to be more targeted if we're gonna get really behind it. Like so that's kind of my only hiccup. I could definitely just share all my funny joints from TikTok over there. But
yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Right.
But we can talk more about that offline.
Yeah, I'm listening.
The rest of the season, because I know you guys are still filming. What can we look forward to?
I would say definitely we dive more into the what's going on with Jamie and his mental health as far as me. You follow Lil Jamie's progress as he's from where we started to where we're going. You got Jason makes some more appearances. He's back. Okay. You know, he's gone doing his thing. We dive into Britney's world a little bit. Yeah. And then, of course, your average girls doing what they do. Meeting up back and forth.
I ain't even asked you about them because I'm like, you got so many things going on right here that I felt like I really wanted to discuss that. I'm going to leave that for
And I feel the same way. I even watching it as a fan, I'm just like, where the Jamie's at? Like where the Tyler's at, period. Like they always got something going on. I just wish they could follow my actual nightlife world.
Yeah, I would like to see more of that as well. I mean, is that complicated to film because there are so many people that have
it's the music rights. It's the rights for the music because we've done experiments where they come in my world and then I got a jam-packed venue and then their music come on. And I'm like, who said put that on? They're like, we can't play Young Thug or whatever. And I'm like, bruh, like people gonna leave. Like it's still my business.
Yeah.
So that's why they didn't follow my CIAA this year because it was no way possible that I was allowing that again. After that scene last year, I was like, nah, y'all were like right in the way of a lot of money.
Listen, I'm not mad at that. Yeah. Listen, can you tell the people where they can find you and Arena?
Yeah, so on Instagram is Jamie_Tyler3. Twitter is like Jamie Tyler _3. Jamie and Arena Tyler, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is just my name.
All right.
YouTube
Jamie.
Is Jamie and Arena Tyler.
Notice y'all, he said YouTube, so we're gonna take that as a commitment to expand. Okay.
Definitely. I don't leave no money on the table, man. I'm gonna figure it out. Trust me.
Don't do it. Don't leave that money on the table. Skye Squad, we want to thank Jamie for coming through, and we want to thank y'all for watching. I will have links to his information in the description of this video. And Jamie, thank you again.
Thank you, Rich. Always a pleasure.
So, Desiree Davenport, what are you hoping to accomplish with this show?
Honestly, I've lost everything in the most horrible way possible. And listen, I want it all back. I'm willing to build it piece by piece, and I mean brick by brick.
Oh, honey, she is done. I bet you a Birkin she doesn't last all season with us. Just watch.
I'm Misha Hill, and I'd like to consider myself the matriarch of this dynamic group of ladies. I mean, someone has to keep them under control.
I'm Davita Delaney.
I mean, I think I could teach these ladies a thing or two about how to get and keep a good man.
They said she was a gold digger, but you didn't hear that from me.
I'm just really looking forward to being surrounded by other empowering bosses.
Yes, I know exactly what she's doing. And if she keep playing in my face, I'm gonna have to let her all her dirty little secrets just like she did to me. And I'm not playing.
Let's get this straight. If I brought you into this circle, I just as easily can take you out.
She ain't running nothing over here, okay? She needs to be worried about running that household and worried about why that husband of hers is never at home.
Oh, hell.
Ooh, child, this is about to be a mess.
Oh my God, I hate mess. What in the world did I get myself into?